All right, team, welcome. Let's jump right in and talk about what really makes us, well, us. It's about finding more people, right? It's about finding the right people and making sure every single submission is a home run. So this is it, the talent-aligned playbook for precision sourcing. Let's do this.
Okay, so this quote right here, this is the heart and soul of everything we do at TA. Execution determines reputation. Seriously, I want you to let that sink in. It's basically our mantra. Because you know what? In this business, you're only as good as your last placement. Every single email, every call, every submission, it's a chance to build up our reputation, or, let's be honest, tear it down. That's why precision isn't just some nice-to-have goal. For us, it's the whole game. So here's the game plan for today. We're going to walk through our 6-part playbook for absolutely flawless execution. We'll kick things off with our core promise, then dive into making that first contact count, getting real about qualification and red flags, mastering the art of the shortlist, selling in with total confidence, and finally wrapping it all up with why execution is everything. All right, section 1, precision is our promise. Look, anyone can play the numbers game, right? Throw 100 CVs at a client and just hope something sticks. That's the spray and pray approach, and that is absolutely not us. Our value isn't in volume, it's in focus. We deliver high-quality, super intentional results every single time. That's our promise. I love this way of thinking about it. We're not a library, we're a curated art gallery. Seriously. Our clients don't want to wander through endless dusty shelves of possibilities. No way. They're paying us to walk them over to the 3 masterpieces that are absolutely perfect for their collection. And every single thing we're going to talk about today is designed to protect that status, to make sure we're always the expert curator, not the librarian. Okay, on to section 2, first contact that counts. So, how do we actually find those masterpieces? Well, it all kicks off with that very first contact. You get one shot, one email, one call to grab the attention of a top candidate. We've got to make it so compelling, so professional, that it's basically impossible for them to ignore.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? Weak versus strong. We've all gotten that generic lazy message in our inbox, right? Hi, are you looking for a new role? Ugh, it's so weak, it just screams desperation. The TA way is totally different. I like to say we approach candidates with a key, not a megaphone. We've done our homework, we know exactly why it's a great fit, and we present a real, tangible opportunity, not just some vague question.
So every single outreach, I don't care if it's an email, an in-mail, whatever, it has to have these 4 key ingredients. First, give them clear context and tell them why this role is relevant. Second, prove you've actually looked at their background and highlight that match. Third, position TA as a credible partner. And finally, give them a super clear, super simple next step. Make it a no-brainer for them to say, yes, I want to talk. Okay, moving on. Section 3, qualification and red flags. So you've made contact and they're interested. Awesome. But now comes the really hard part. This is qualification. And let me tell you, this is where we earn our fee. We have to dig so much deeper than just surface-level interest to find that genuine alignment. This isn't about just ticking off boxes on a list. It's about protecting our clients' time, and you know what? It's about protecting our time too. I really want this phrase to be ringing in your ears. Interest is not alignment. Say it with me. Interest is not alignment. Look, a candidate can be interested for a million different reasons. Maybe they want a raise, maybe they had a bad day. We only care about one thing. Are they truly deeply aligned with this specific role? Our job is to be the gatekeeper here, to dig deep and qualify every single person before they even get a sniff of a client's inbox.
And this is our non-negotiable checklist for doing that. We've got to go way beyond just can they do the job. We're like detectives. We need to uncover the real story. What's their actual motivation for moving? Are they just trying to get a counteroffer from their current boss? Are we just one of 10 other recruiters they're talking to this week? Think of each of these points as a potential landmine. Our job is to find and diffuse every single one of them before we even think about a submission.
Okay, here is a secret weapon. A question you absolutely must ask every single candidate. You just look them in the eye and ask, so if your current employer came back with a counteroffer, what would you do? And don't be afraid to ask it directly. Their answer is important, sure, but how they answer it, the hesitation, the look in their eye, that tells you everything you need to know about how committed they really are. Trust me, this one question can save you a universe of pain down the line. All right, section 4, the art of the shortlist. Okay, so we've done all our homework, all our due diligence. Now it's time to build the shortlist.
And honestly, this is where the TA brand is truly forged. Anyone can forward a big pile of CVs. We, on the other hand, practice what we call shortlist discipline.
And here it is, the magic number: 3. That's it. 3 perfectly qualified, perfectly aligned candidates. Okay, maybe 4 if there's a really unique situation, but that's the absolute max. And you might be asking, why so few? It's simple. Because if we send more than that, it means we haven't actually done our job. It's basically telling the client, here, you figure it out. No, we get paid to figure it out for them.
Now let's talk about the documents themselves. Think about it this way. The CV shows the what the candidate has done, their skills, their history, it's the facts. But the cover sheet, the cover sheet explains the why. It's where we make our argument. It answers the question, why is this person the perfect solution to your problem, right here, right now? The CV is the evidence, the cover sheet is our closing argument. It's probably the most powerful tool we have.
Okay, listen up, because this is a big one. It might seem simple, but it is absolutely critical. Before one single CV leaves your outbox, you must get written confirmation from the candidate that they're happy for us to represent them. This is how we protect our fee. This is how we prevent ugly disputes. It's just smart business. This is totally non-negotiable. Zero exceptions, ever. All right, next up, Section 5, selling in with confidence. Okay, so you've sent that perfect shortlist. Time to sit back and wait for the praise to roll in, right? Wrong. Not even close. Hitting send on that email is just the starting pistol. Now we have to drive this thing forward and turn that beautiful shortlist into actual interviews. And here's the play-by-play. The absolute second you hit send on that email, you pick up the phone. Don't wait for them to see it. Don't wait an hour. Call them immediately. And your energy on this call is everything. You need to sound excited. You quickly walk them through why each person on that list is a total rock star, you explain the fit, and then you confidently say, you really need to meet these people. That's how you create momentum.
And this right here should be our mindset, our belief system for every single submission we make. If they are good enough to send, they are good enough to meet. We've done all the hard work already. We've screened, we've qualified, we've done our due diligence. We should have 100% conviction in every single candidate we put forward. And believe me, that kind of confidence, it's contagious.
Okay, let's bring it all home with our final and maybe most important principle: execution is everything. We're in the home stretch here. All the amazing work we've done up to this point can completely fall apart if we don't nail these final details. And this covers the whole shebang, from keeping our systems tidy to managing the process all the way to the finish line.
Now, I know this might look like boring admin stuff, but I'm telling you, this is the engine that runs our entire business. Keeping our systems, like Bullhorn and VXT, absolutely pristine means that anyone on the team can pick up a role and just run with it. It means we have clean data to rely on, and most importantly, it means nothing ever falls through the cracks. This is our professional backbone. We do it right every single step, every single time. And this list, this is everything we are not. This is what the other guys do. Sending CV spam, willfully ignoring red flags, writing weak cover sheets, ghosting clients after sending an email, leaving candidates hanging without feedback. This is the stuff that gives our entire industry a bad name. We just don't do this stuff. In fact, our entire playbook is designed specifically to make sure we never make these kinds of amateur mistakes. Okay, time for a quick pop quiz. Let's see who's been paying attention. First question, what's our magic number? How many CVs should we typically be sending out for a role? Give you a second. If you said 3 to 4, you are absolutely right on the money. Quality over quantity, always. All right, question number 2. You've just hit send on that perfect, beautifully curated shortlist. What is your very next move? Do you go grab a coffee and wait for a reply? No! You pick up the phone and you sell it in with confidence and passion. You drive that process. So where do we go from here? Here are your 5 key takeaways, your next steps. I want you to take these and put them into practice on the very next search you work on, like today. Because this isn't just some training presentation, this is the talent-aligned formula for winning. So the only real question left is, how are you going to use this playbook to go out there and make your next placement a huge success? Now go on, make it happen.